Hi, everyone. It's Monday, 15th of November, and we're going to have a practice where we focus a bit on our breath, on our core, and we do a short meditation exercise also at the end. So come into a seated position where you're comfortable. It's a good idea if you lift your hips up on a pillow, or if you have a meditation chair. This helps to release our low back, so our low back can remain curved and your diaphragm will be able to move freely. So first, let's pay attention to our neck and shoulders, and we'll simply nod the head, lifting and lowering the chin towards the chest. Just a few movements of nodding. And of course, we breathe throughout. Just normal, regular breaths. Bringing your head back to neutral, let's turn the head from side to side. And for those of you who may be new or following the video for the first time, these head and neck exercises are ultimately important for the vestibular organ, which is our system of balance. Now bring your head to the right shoulder and gently roll your head in a half circle until you reach the left shoulder. I'm just going to mute everybody. Roll to the right shoulder. That's it. Roll to the left shoulder. So always half circles. Why? Because the half circle can be assured of you gently moving and stretching the muscles and mobilizing the neck. If we do a full circle, there can be a risk of compression in the vertebra. And as I don't really know what's happening with every single one of your necks, I would prefer you just do half circle, which has much less risk. Bring your chin back down to your chest and lift the chin. Now here we're going to roll the shoulders, so making nice big circles, lifting the shoulders up to the ears and bring them back. So you're circling your shoulders up and around, making sure you get all of those muscles mobilized, the shoulder joint mobilized, and let's change directions. Go in the opposite direction, up and forward. Up, forward, and around. Excellent. Now we're going to just do one at a time. Raise the right and then the left. And it's almost like you're swimming in place just with your shoulders. Right and left. And if you turn with it, you get a little twist in the spine. So that even adds in a bit of mobilization. Perfect. Well done, everyone. Come back to seated. Shoulders open wide. Hands can be on your lap. Or if you prefer, you can place your hands just at your tummy. We're going to be doing Anuloma Viloma, which is different level breaths. So first, imagine a cup, and you're going to fill the cup first with a small breath, then more, then more, then a fourth one, and you're going to breathe everything out, emptying the cup. Okay, so let's do this together. Let's breathe in a little bit more. A little bit more. Now fill your cup and breathe everything out, emptying the cup. Breathe out through the nose, ideally. Let's do it again. Breathing in, filling more, and more, and breathe everything out. Good. Now keep going with the snap. You fill it all the way up to the top. And breathe out. Good. Keep going with the snap. Be sure your tongue is in home position. Breathe everything out. And again, the tongue in home position is curved, touching the roof of your mouth. And breathe everything out, as well as the backs of the teeth. And again. Breathe everything out. Now this time, We'll breathe in for the 4 snaps. Hold your breath in. And breathe everything out. Good job. And again, breathing in the 4 snaps. Hold. And slowly breathe everything out. Excellent, everyone. Doing great. We'll do that 2 more times. Breathing in with the 4 snaps. Fill it up. Filling up. Hold. Breathe everything out. And we'll do it 1 more time where we hold for a little bit longer. Let's get ready. Breathing in. Hold. Well done. Breathe everything out. That is beautiful. Perfect. Bring your hands to your heart center. Clasp your hands together and push the palms skyward, stretching the arms as straight as possible. Take another deep breath in to fill the lungs. And as you breathe out, lean to your right. Go right over. Breathing in, rise back up. Beautiful. Breathe out, lean to your left. Right over. Breathing in, rise back up. Good. Let's go to our right again. Breathing out. Yes. Breathing in, rise back up. To the left. Rise back up. 1 more time each side. Breathe out to the right. Rising back up and to the left. Good. Rise back up. Palms together now. Bring the thumbs into the upper back, elbows pointing skyward. Gently press the back of your head against your arms. Lift your chin a little bit. Hold it 3. Good. 2. 1. Excellent. Raise the arms, stretch skyward again, and bring your hands down in front of your heart center. Good. Roll over your ankles and come up onto your hands and knees, please. So on your mat, on the hands and knees, hands will be underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Fingers spread gently, and we'll take a deep breath in and curl the spine skyward. And breathe out and round, look to your belly button. And again, let's curl, breathing in. And rounding, breathing out. 1 more time, let's curl and round. Coming back to flat back, let's open our knees. And just here, we're going to stretch a little bit the wrists and the hands. So take your right hand and place the back of the right hand on the floor and not too much weight on the right hand. See if you can straighten the elbow completely and lean back a bit. It's going to stretch more in the wrist and then come forward. Not a lot of weight on the hand, please. You're just placing the back of the hand down. So it's a little stretch. Back and forth. Now release, set the right hand flat, and let's do the same with the left. The back of the hand goes down, not much weight on there, and we lean back and forth. See if you can straighten the arm. Lean back and forth, and you feel the stretch in the forearm and the wrist. That's right, back and forth. Coming back here, let's turn the right hand so the fingers point towards the toes. Same thing, not much weight on the hand, just lean back and forth. The forearm is stretching. 1 more time, leaning back and release. Let's place the hand down. Change, turn your left hand so the fingers point towards the toes, palm is down, and let's just go back and forth. Very gently and slowly, taking your time. That's it. And we gently turn the hand back around. With the knees wide, let's sink down onto our heels. Reach our hands far out in front. Forehead comes down. And we rest here for a moment. So this position is actually a stretch. You've got the low back and the hips stretching and opening up. And you've got a sinking into the earth. Even the shoulders are stretching a little bit, but don't go into any pain, of course. If you need to have your hips up higher, that's fine. Reach your arms far out in front of you now and lift up onto the hands and knees. So now the palms are down, fingers are spread a little bit. Bring your knees underneath your hips and begin gently curving your spine, lifting the chest away from the hips, lifting the head. And now we're going to bounce back and forth. We've got the bowspring position now. There's a long stretch through the front belly. And we're taking our time, getting warmed up in the hips and the knees. The low back is getting engaged. And actually the backs of the legs are getting engaged when we do this. So keeping the hips back. I'm going to do this with the left leg first. You can do this with me with the left leg first. Bring your left foot out to the side. So all of a sudden there's an internal rotation of your hip. And then you're going to lift the left knee, and we're in that humble cat position where the knee is pointing skyward. Reach your left hand out, and let's bounce back and forth again. Now from here, we're going to do something interesting. The left foot is far out to the side, the knee is up. I want you to walk your hands over towards the left-hand side of your mat, and you're going to let your hips go forward towards the left foot. So you're letting the hips fall and come back, and there is actually a warm-up and a mobilization of the inner thigh of the right leg. Keep doing this. I'll turn to the side so you see what it looks like. You got the foot out, your hands are towards the left, and you're just bouncing back and forth here. Yeah, pretty funky. Very, very good for an opening mobilization of the hips, the knees, the glutes. Super stuff. Okay, let's bring the foot back down, knee back down. We'll do the same thing on the right-hand side. Turn your right foot out to your right. And we simply lift the knee, having the right foot pointing out to the right. Reach your right arm out in front of you, and you'll bounce back and forth. Feel what's going on in the rotation, the hip. And then we'll come back and reach our hands far out to the right in a diagonal position, and you'll bounce towards the knee and back. And you're getting the inner thigh of the left leg stretching. 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands back onto your mat. Bring the knee back down. Tuck your toes under and lift up into the crouching cat position. Open your feet as wide as your mat now. And here's where we're going to bounce. So let your hips go back and the knees open wide and then come back forward. Back and forth. These mobilization exercises can be super important to get yourself ready for movement. Getting the body warmed up, getting the blood flow going, and getting the right muscles engaged. Walk your hands back now. One hand at a time on the thighs. Lift your chest. Open your shoulders. Have your knees bend and your hands nicely placed on the thighs. Bring your right shoulder forward. Turn to look over your left shoulder. Coming back to center. Let's turn our left shoulder forward. Look over your right. Back to center. Let's do it again. Right shoulder forward, back to center, left shoulder forward, back to center. One more time each side. Just easy twists. Take a look over the shoulder, hips are back, knees are bent. Now let's lift just the chest. Keep the hips back. Lift your chest, raise your arms out in front of you, and we're going to bring them up diagonally now. It will be a little bit more of a challenge for the squat position. Sink down. 5 little squats. 4 hips back. 3, that's it. Get long in the waist. 2, and here's the last one. 1. Come all the way up to a standing position. Step your feet in one at a time. And just from here, let's bring our hands to our heart center. And I want you to lift your heels and bring them back down. So lift and bring them back down. Lift and back down. This is warming up the feet, ankles, soles of the feet. And it's also just getting the whole deep structural part of the body prepared. We're going to go a little bit faster, up and down, up and down. It should start to burn a little bit in the calves, perhaps in the ankles, perhaps in the feet. Just do it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're done. Good. Right foot, point the toe back and press down so you get a stretch on the top of the foot. Release, and the left foot, toes down, and just get a little stretch on the top of the foot. Good job. Let's take a big step forward and let's reach the front edge of our mats. Feet at hip width. I want to get back into some of the foundations. Feet at hip width, toes open wide, big toe pressing down. Have your knees soft. Have your hips a little bit behind you so you have a slight curve of your low back. It should feel right. Not compression, and certainly not tucking the hips under, please. You keep the hips back, nice curve of the back. Chest lifting, shoulders opening, hands come to your heart center, and keep your chin lifted so you can look at the horizon. And let's get moving. Take a deep breath in, rise up, arms come up, stretching. Elbows to knees now, come right down. Bring your hands to the floor and step yourself back to a really strong and long plank position. Lower your knees down, lower your chest down, pointing your toes, lengthen out your legs first. Press the tops of the toes down, opening the shoulders. Let's rise to a little cobra position. Bringing your chest back down, push up onto the hands and knees. Tucking your toes under, raise the knees up. You can take either crouching cat or down dog. I want you to raise your right foot up behind you. Bring the right foot halfway up the mat. Then the left foot reaches to meet it. And then the right foot all the way up the mat. Left foot to meet it. Check your feet, hip width, toes open. The tibia bones are directly over your feet. Bend your knees low, hands to the thighs. Lift your chest. You're going to help yourself up. And then arms by your ears. Coming all the way up to standing. Arms stretched by your sides. Get the triceps activated. Refine that good posture. And hands to your heart center. Let's go again. Deep breath in, rise. Elbows to knees as you fold. Hands come to the earth and you step back to that plank position. Lower your knees down. Lower yourself down to the floor. Pointing your toes, lift up into a cobra. Bring your chest back down. Push back into down dog or crouching cat. Raise your left leg this time. The knee is bent. Lift it up. Step halfway up the mat. Right foot steps halfway. Then the left and the right, you scoot them forward until you're at the front edge. Bend your knees, hands to your thighs. Press against the thighs to lift into chair. Arms by your ears. All the way up to standing. Arms stretched straight by your sides. A little bit faster. Hands to your heart center. Let's go again. Deep breath in. Folding, elbows to knees. Bring it right down. Yes. Stepping back to a plank position. Beautiful. Lower your knees down, or you could lower down without your knees. This depends on you. All the way down, point your toes, rising up into a cobra. Beautiful, everyone. Push it back and into down dog. Raise your right leg up, bring it up behind you. So you're engaging into your glutes and your hamstrings. Step it halfway up the mat, all the way up the mat. Stepping slowly, 1 foot at a time. Yes, that's it. All right, bend your knees down low, hands to the thighs, lift up into chair, hold for a moment. Perfect. And then rise all the way up to standing. Arms stretched by your side. Good, do it again. Hands to the heart center. Take a deep breath in and rise. Good. All the way down, folding. Stepping back to your plank position. You guys are looking great. From plank, move down, either with or without your knees. Good. Move all the way down to the floor. No push-up for the moment. No push-up for the moment. We're going to let the shoulders just warm up gently. Come up into cobra. Good. Downward facing dog or crouching cat, whichever is best for you. Now it's the left leg that lifts up. Bring it halfway up the mat. That's it. Good. Then all the way, you're just going to step yourself forward. Once you're there, hands to the thighs and come up into the chair position, please. Now stay in chair position, please. Stay in your chair. Just here, I want you to see if you can bring your arms out to your sides. So we're in a chair position, arms out to the sides now. Keeping the knees bent, hips stable, turn to your right. Just move your arms so that you turn to the right, but keep your hips and knees stable. You should start feeling the side body and all of those muscles down the side of the body. So the oblique muscles coming back to center, and you change, twist to your right, your left, sorry. Shoulders, arms, reaching. Good, come back to center. Raise the arms now next to your ears and straighten your legs, arms by your sides. Okay, we're gonna add on to all of this. Hands to your heart center. Deep breath in, let's rise. Elbows to knees, folding. Stepping back to a plank position. In the plank position, you could lower your knees if you need to for your shoulders. Raise your right leg up. Hold it here, or you can lower your left knee and move straight down, keeping the leg up. You remember this, guys, from our old power yoga classes. Hold it here, and then we'll bring the leg down, point both toes, rise up to cobra, push back to down dog. So you're in down dog or crouching cat. Right leg comes up. Now bring the right leg out to your right, as if you want to touch the right shoulder. Bring it back up behind you. Swing the right foot halfway up the mat. Now we'll keep it there. Walk your hands back, hands to the front thigh, lifting up. Let's bring now our hands to the heart center. It's a shortened lunge position. The back heel is nicely lifted. As you lunge down lower, raise your arms. Coming up, bring the hands back to the heart center. So let's do this. 5 times. 4, the back knee goes down, the hips go back a little bit. 3, that's it. Good. 2, 1. Now you're going to like this. What we're going to do is engage nicely through the right foot. Hands come back to the heart center. You'll step your left foot all the way front edge. Right foot, sink down into the chair position. Arms wide. Twist to your right. Coming back to center. Twist to your left. Back to center. Arms by your ears. And then all the way up to standing. Straighten out the legs, arms by your sides. Good stuff for the core. Hands to your heart center. Deep breath in, let's rise. Elbows to knees, let's keep moving. Hands go down and feet step back. Now you could lower your right knee and lift your left leg, or you could stay in plank and lift your left leg. You could lower the knee to go down, or you could go straight down without the knee on the floor. Woohoo! And then we release, point the toes, rise up to cobra, push back to down dog or crouching cat. Lift your left foot, knee is bent. Bring it out to your left like you're going to touch the left shoulder. Back up behind you. Now we bring it halfway up the mat. Walk your hands back. Hands to the front thigh. Lift up so you're in a lunge position. Hands to your heart center. Are you ready? Four lunges. We go down lower, raise the arms. Sorry, it's 5 in total. Coming back. 4 more. Coming back. 3. Hips go back a little bit. 2. Last one. Hands come back to your heart center. Step your right foot all the way forward. Whew. Then the left. Sink down into the squat position. Arms out to your sides. Twist to your left first. Left twist. Back to center. Then the right twist. Back to center. Arms by your ears. Hold. Hands to your heart center and come all the way up to standing. Arms come down by your sides to get that contraction of the triceps. Let's run through the whole thing 2 more times. Deep breath in, let's rise. Elbows to knees, go right down. Good job. Step back to the plank position. Take care of your shoulder if you need to. Raise your right leg, everyone. Yeah, good. So now you could move down with or without the left knee. Well done, Finola. Yeah. Keep the leg up strong, strong, strong. And then point your toes, everyone. Release down and rise up to cobra. Doing great, Diana. Good. Bring your chest back down. Push back to down dog or crouching cat. Excellent, Lisa. Right leg comes up. The knee is bent. Lift it up. Yes. Bring it out to the side like you want to touch the right shoulder. And then back up behind you. Good. And then step it halfway up the mat. Whew. Hands on the front side, lifting all the way up. Bravo, Evelyn. Good. Hands to your heart center. We do 5 lunges here. Go down low and raise your arms. 5. Coming back. 4. Knees go back. Yes. 3. The hips go back towards the back heel. 2 more. 2. Perfect, Catherine. And 1. Looking great, Taina. Yes, Evelyn Shanya. All right. Hands come to your heart center. Push off the back foot. Come to the front edge with your left foot. And then the right foot follows. Good. Sink down into a squat. Stretch your arms to the sides. Lift the chest away from the hips. Twist to your right. Go right around without moving the hips. Keep the hips stable. Keep the hips stable. That's it. Come back to center and change. Other side. Twist to the other side. Hips are stable. Beautiful, everyone. Very good. Back to center. Take the natural chair. Yep, arms by your ears. All the way up to standing, arms by your sides. We'll do the last one together. Hands to the heart center. Deep breath in. Let's rise. Elbows to knees. Go straight down, stepping back to the plank position. All right. Lift your left leg. You can do this with the right knee on the floor. Holding. And then we move down to the floor with the knee or without. Holding. And then release, pointing your toes. Rise up to cobra. And push back to down dog or crouching cat. Left leg will come up. Bring it out to the left shoulder. Back up behind you. Step it halfway up the mat. Hands on the front side. Lift up to the lunge position. Hands to your heart center. Go deeper in the lunge. Raise the arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Hands come in front of the heart center. Push off the back foot. Bring the right foot forward. Left. Take the chair. Arms spread wide. Twist to your left. Good. Back to center. Twist to your right. Back to center. Arms by your ears. And then rise to standing. Arms straight by your sides. Oh my goodness. Well done. Hands come back to your heart center. Bravo, everybody. Let's raise our right knee up and cross the ankle over the thigh. So the foot can stay flexed. The right knee ideally points diagonally skyward. We don't want to have it out to the side. We want to have it a little bit skyward. Grab your elbows, right arm on top of the left. Sink down, hips back, and twist to your right. Twisting the upper body to your right. So our oblique muscles are already ready for this, as we did that squat with the arms spread wide, and we were already twisting. Good job. Turn back to front and release the position, arms by your sides. Raise your left leg. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh, bend the knees. This time the left arm on top of the right, grab the elbows. Feel like you're pulling your arms apart. Twist to your left now. Shoulders twisting left. The left knee points skyward, the hips move back. Lengthen out the belly. Holding 3, 2, good job. 1, unwind and uncross. Bring your left foot behind you and go ahead and grab onto the ankle. Bring the knees close to each other and see if you can grab it as well with your left hand. If not, it's not a big deal. You can keep your left hand by your side. Stretch the arms as straight as possible, lift the chest, and then have the knee lift up a little bit behind you, but you're going to use your leg rather than your arms, okay? So you don't push the foot into the hands. You lift the back with the back of the leg. Open the chest, lift your chin, arms as straight as possible. 3, 2, 1. Release. Changing sides. Left foot comes up behind you. Grab the ankle. The right arm can be straight, or you reach behind as well. And grab the ankle. Lift your chest. Lift the leg behind you a little bit, but with the strength of the leg, without pushing into the hands. You're going to lift with the knee. Okay, this is an active stretch of the quadriceps and the hip flexors. And you're opening up the heart center. 3, arms stretch straight. You're working against the rounded shoulders. 2, and 1. Let's release here. Woohoo! Knees bend. Bring your hands in front of you and then just above your ears. Elbows point forward. Lift the chest. Take a deep breath in. And lean to your right in like a C curve over to the side. Keep your hips back. Keep the chin lifted, looking forward between your elbows. And we're holding. You should feel the ribs moving away from the hips on that side. And you're holding your head. Let your head push back into your hands a little bit, opening the throat. 3, 2, 1. Rise back up. Let's release it, straightening the legs, straightening the arms by your sides. And then we'll raise the arms once again, thumbs just above the ears, Bend your knees and we lean to our left. Go right over. Be gentle with the neck. Push the head a little bit into your hands. Open the throat. Elbows point forward. Feel the ribs on the right-hand side moving away from the hips. 3, 2, and 1. Rise back up. Releasing the arms and the hands. Hands to your hips now. Bend your right knee, bring it 45 degrees from your hips, okay? So if the point's forward, you go to 45 degrees, it's halfway to 90, all right? So we want to be out diagonal. The foot is either at the ankle, heel higher than the kneecap, or at the inner thigh. Raise your arms, stretch your arms in a V position, fingers reaching towards the sky, chest lifting away from the hips, and feel that your low back is getting longer as well. The lower ribs at the back are lifting away from the hips. Set your gaze, focus your eyes on one point. Hands to your hips and lower down. So the breath ideally should be only in and out of the nose and your tongue in home position. Okay, mouth closed, tongue in home position. Hands at the hips, knee, the left knee this time, 45-degree angle. Either at the ankle, heel higher than the kneecap, or the inner thigh. Raise your arms, V position. Pull the rib cage away from the hips on all sides. Focus on one point, tongue in home position. Fantastic. Hands to your hips. Well done, everyone. Bring the foot back down and step back to the front edge of your mat. Knees soft, ribs lifted, hands to your heart center. And let's go. Take a deep breath in, rise up. Elbows to knees, come right down. Step back to a plank position. Lower your knees down. And here, open your hands. So Taina, maybe you want to skip this. Everybody else, it's completely up to you how you're feeling. We're going to do 10 push-ups. So bring the chest down and up. And as you do this, keep the belly long, strong. Keep the back lightly curved. And you just let yourself move down and push back up. Feel like you're floating down and floating up. See if you can make the rhythm even, moving down and up. You should be on about 8 right now. If you need to stop already, no problem. And here's the last one, 10. Everyone, open your knees, move back onto your heels, turn your palms skyward, and let your forehead come to the floor and rest. Lift your head back up again. Bring the palms back down. Come up onto the hands and knees once again. Walking your knees backwards, very gently lower yourself to the earth. Hands under the forehead. Let your hips move from side to side. Let's lift the head, chest, and shoulders. Bring your arms by your sides. The pinky fingers will point skyward, thumbs down. Lift the head, chest, shoulders, arms, and raise your legs. So you should feel a squeeze down the backs of the legs, the glutes. The back is working, of course. You're squeezing your shoulder blades, and you're working the back of the neck. If it's too much for the neck, you can tuck your chin in and look towards the floor. Holding here, raising the arms, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down, bring your hands underneath your forehead and let your hips move from side to side to relax. Good job. Bend your knees, reach behind, and this time we're just going to touch the heels with the fingertips. Please don't grab the ankles, okay? We're just touching the heels. It's going to be a much lower bow pose, but much healthier for your back and your hips. So lift up the head, chest, shoulders, and push the heels into your fingertips. Here we go. We're breathing. See if you can get the tongue in home position. Breath in and out through the nose. One more deep breath in. Come on back down. Hands under the shoulders. Push up onto your hands and knees. All right. Walk your knees in a little bit and move the hips from side to side. Okay. Bring your knees forward and bring your feet to one side to come to a seated position. Lift up the head and shoulders and grab behind the thighs. We're going to do some core work here in this seated position. There are different levels, and if you need to go back down a level, there is no shame. You need to pay attention to your low back and be sure that you're not straining the low back. The belly needs to be long, chest lifted. So we'll lean back a little bit and we'll raise just our right leg, just to see how it feels. Notice the low back. And then see if you can release your hand from your right leg. Notice the low back. Grab behind the right leg again and bring the right foot down. I'm just sitting chest tall. Let's do this again. Lean back a little bit. This time the left leg. Raise the left foot off the floor. Notice how you're feeling. And then perhaps release the left hand. Notice also how you're feeling. Good. Bring the hand back and bring it back down. Let's go again. Leaning back. Now, if you felt that it was already very strong raising one leg, only raise one leg at a time. If it was okay, raise both right now. Hands behind the thighs. Lift the chest away from the hips. Feel that there's an engagement in the belly. If everything feels fine, try out arms straight. Holding, set your gaze. No pulling in the back. If it is, grab behind the thighs, and maybe you want to switch legs now if you're with one leg. Hold again, 3, 2, 1. Grab behind, and come back to sitting, feet down. Lift your chest so you get a nice long back. Let's go again, leaning back. If you're working with one leg, work with the left leg this time first. If you're working with both, let's lift them up. Arms straight. Lift the chest. Good. Yes, if you're working with one leg, switch the leg now. The rest of us staying. 3, set your gaze. 2, and 1. We're done. Grab behind the thighs, feet down. Let's roll down gently onto the back. Good. Arms by your sides. Let's take a bridge pose. Press down into the earth, lifting the hips up, lengthen out your neck. Now from this bridge pose, walk your right arm underneath you. Then the left arm underneath. And see if you can grab the hands together, pressing the arms down. Lift your chest. Walk up onto the backs of your arms. Turn your head a bit from side to find the neutral position of the head and bring it back. Looking at the sky. Squeeze the glutes strongly. Raise your right leg up and we'll press it to the sky. 10, 9. Use that left leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep it strong. 3. That's great. 2, 1. Well done. Everybody bring the right foot back down. Left foot comes up. Point the toe, reaching it to the sky. And we'll hold and press up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, well done. 1, bring the foot back down. Raise your arms over your head to reach behind you. This gets a good release in the shoulders. Lower the back, 1 vertebra at a time. Very, very slowly. Once the back is placed all the way on the floor, open your feet as wide as your mat. Let your knees fall to your right. Reach farther with your left shoulder behind you. Lift your left knee first, right knee follows. And then the knees go to the left. Reach with your right arm far behind. Right knee lift first, left knee follows. And we're going to gently lift both knees up to the chest. Grab a hold and sway from side to side. Good. Bring your knees to 90 degrees. Clasp your hands behind your head and open your elbows. Keep the head and chest lifted up. And we're going to turn to our right, the left elbow to the right knee. Stretch your left leg out as far as possible. Come back to center, 90 degrees. Stretch the right leg out as you turn to your left. Back to center, 90 degrees. So if you don't want to do any lifting up of the upper body, you could do this just with the legs. This is already a very good, strong core work. Go slowly and with lots of control. Turn to your right if you're lifting the upper body. Back to center. Turn to your left. Back to center. Turn to your right. Back to center. If you want more challenge, lower the leg as you stretch it out. Back to center, 90 degrees. 4 more times. Back to center, belly long and strong. 3 more. Back to center, here are the last 2. Make them count. Getting stronger through the belly. Breathe out and breathe in, come back to center, knees to the chest, and let's rock from side to side, releasing and letting go. Good job, everyone. Well done. Lifting your feet up, take a happy baby pose. And if you want to rock from side to side in happy baby, that's good too. And from happy baby, we're going to stretch the backs of the legs. This is fun. So see if you can get some curve in your low back and stretch your right leg as straight as possible. Keep the left knee bent. Woo, can be very strong. It will go a little bit diagonally out to your right. When you hold 3, 2, good. 1, rebend. And let's do the same thing with the left. See how straight you can get it. Curve in your low back, and we hold 3, 2, 1. Good job. Release. Bring the soles of the feet together. Open your knees wide. Get a stretch of the inner thighs. Get curve in your low back. And we hold here. Pulling the feet towards the belly button. Releasing this, completely cross your right leg over your left. Grab around both legs, pull them towards the chest. If you create some curve in your low back, you feel a deeper stretch through the hips. And then we change, left leg over right. Curving the low back, pull the knees in towards the chest. Good. Unwinding. Bring your feet down. Feet together, knees together. Open your arms wide, palms onto the floor. And let your knees fall to your right. Turn your head to the left, shoulders down. Take some deep, slow breaths. Raise your left knee first, right knee follows, and we let the knees fall to our left now. Stack them on top of each other. Turn your head to the right, spinal twist. Shoulders are down. Raise one knee at a time. Bring your hands onto your tummy. Find the right edge of your mat and allow the foot to follow along the right edge until you can stretch your legs straight. Then the left foot follows the left edge of the mat until you stretch your legs straight. Allow your toes to roll out to the sides. Allow your shoulders to relax. Allow your breath to move in and out freely. Ideally, the tongue remains in home position. If you need to, make any minute movements to get yourself even more comfortable. See if all at once you can let go of all the tension in your body. It's an ongoing practice to learn how to relax completely and absolutely. And we can teach ourselves to do it quickly. Take a deep breath in, and at the next breath out, feel as if you completely breathe out all tension from the entire body, head to toe. And again, deep breath in. You release everything, head to toe. Two more times at your own rhythm, at your own pace. Last one. Very good. We're going to move into a meditative position or a short meditation exercise. So bend your knees and with as little movement as possible, roll to your right hand side and lift up, coming to a seated position. If possible, do this with your eyes closed or with very little, just little opening of your eyes to make sure you're in a good seated position. Once you are seated, bring the tips of your fingers together. So pinkies, ring finger, middle finger, index, and thumb to make a globe with your hands. And bring the globe down into your lap. So it's a mudra where you have the tips of the fingers touching each other. So the two pinkies touching each other, fourth, third, index. And you bring that globe that your hand makes, your two hands make, into your lap just in front of you. Keeping your eyes closed, notice the sensation in your hands. And imagine you are holding a bright blue ball. The ball is warm and smooth, and it feels good in your hands. Bring your attention to your head and shoulders. And feel as if they're relaxing. And then bring your attention again to the sensation in your hands, that bright blue smooth ball. Now bring your attention to your back, your arms. Feel as if they're relaxing, your chest and your tummy as well. And then bring the attention back to your hands and that blue ball. Now to your hips, your legs, knees, ankles, and feet. Feel as if they're relaxing. And then back to the sensation in your hands and that blue ball. A large part of meditation is learning how to focus your thoughts. So focus your thoughts one more time on that blue ball sensation in your hands. Well done, everyone. Bring your hands up to your heart center. Close your hands together and the blue ball just disappears, and let's rub our hands together in front of the heart center. Bring your hands over your face, like you're washing your face clean. And let's tap gently around the eyes, forehead, cheeks, chin, under the nose, the jaw, throat. And let's shake our hands out. Good, let's do that one more time. Rubbing your hands together. And then over the face. And let's tap around the eyes, over the cheeks, nose, lips, chin, jaw, throat, and shake the hands out. Bring our hands to our heart center. And I wish you all an absolutely lovely afternoon. Thanks for joining. Namaste.